As real estate investors, we really typically think about only one thing, which is beer. No, I'm just kidding. Real estate, of course. We only think about real estate. And so, but sometimes, especially when you're a passive investor, you're looking for options of where to invest your money. And typically we give you options in the multifamily real estate investing space because it's literally the best investment on the planet. We certainly think so because of the attractive risk profile, how it performs in recessions, currently also with the COVID, the cash flow generates, and the tax advantages. But as a passive investor, you'll probably already invested in the stock market. You have mutual funds, right? You might be thinking about, my gosh, should I learn about crypto? Should I buy a Bitcoin for $100,000? I don't know. And there's other like precious metals. So I want to talk about some of those options here for especially passive investors, and help us with that is our co-host, Garrett Lynch. Garrett, what's going on?
What's going on, Michael?
So many options out there, right? And like Bitcoin, like I'm just so intrigued with Bitcoin. I think we should buy something.
What's funny is I actually used to mine Bitcoin. So I know a few things about it. I was kind of involved in it on the last boom, and I was going to conferences. I was rubbing elbows with some of the top people in the industry. So had some experience with it. And I'll say that it is extremely interesting as far as just the technology and where it's come from and where it's going. I mean, there was a time when you could buy this stuff for less than a penny back not that long ago, back in like 2013. And now a Bitcoin is worth almost $49,000, which is crazy. Everybody's asking themselves, do I do it now? Is this the time? And from my point of view, from when I got involved before, if the plan is like, hey, let's get into this, set it and forget it, there's going to be an applicable use for this down the road. I don't think that it's not adopted into modern society as far as we don't pay for stuff using Bitcoin yet, right? So when that adoption happens, I think is really when this is going to be more explosive. Right now we're hitting these kind of like big waves and then falls. And so I think we need to look out for adoption is really when you want to pay attention to this kind of stuff. And as a long-term 10-year hold, I think that there's absolutely a ton of benefit to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of options out there. I don't really understand much of Bitcoin either. It's very interesting to me. Now, a lot of us are concerned a little bit about inflation. It's out there. You hear it all on the news. Government's printing money, devaluation of the dollar. And so this is one reason we love the multifamily syndication space, because it is actually a hedge of inflation. As rents go up through inflation, the value of the property actually goes up as well. I really love that. But another great hedge of inflation is, of course, precious metals such as gold. And, gold has been trading in new highs, higher, in fact, since the last recession after 2008. And it's kind of bouncing around right on that level where it ended up in the last recession. It peaked up and now it's down below. So a lot of people are saying, hey, gold is a good buy right now. And what I love about gold is they say back, 100 years ago, it bought an ounce of gold bought a very nice suit. And that same ounce of gold buys a very nice suit. Versus, of course, a very nice suit may have cost, $3 back then, and today costs $2,000. The ounce of gold really preserves buying power, which is why we love gold as well. And then, of course, there's other things like oil, Garrett. I mean, what do you think about oil?
I don't know that much about oil.
I don't either. I know it's got good tax advantages, and I know it got clobbered last year. So I don't know. I want to find out more about oil. So we looked around to see who we might be able to find and get on the show to educate us about oil. And we found oil guy, Bob Burr. I've known Bob for several years. We hang out with the real estate guys, and he's over there as an old guy,
That guy's a legend, isn't he?
Yeah. He's been around since the 70s. He's got both of his sons in the business. He's been drilling oil, literally, I think, since he was born. And he has been through so many cycles, right? Especially now. Yeah. And I want to know, my gosh, did he lose his shirt, through COVID, because the oil price just went to to the bottom. So let's get Bob here on the show, and let us have him educate us. Let's do it.